Welcome back to Fox Studios in Los Angeles, everyone. You've just seen a statue of Jesus Christ apparently covered by its own blood, and now we're going to put this sign of God to the test of science. Lisa Calandro is an expert in blood and DNA analysis, and she works with many of California's biggest police departments. Ms. Calandro is standing by live at Forensic Analytical just outside Oakland, and we thank you so much, Ms. Calandro, for joining us this evening.
Good evening, Giselle, Mike.
Let us first ask you, we gave you a substance that had the appearance of dried blood. How do you go about testing a substance when you don't know its origin?
Well, we approached it like we approach any forensic sample. First, we examine it visually, and in this case, it was a very small, approximately ½ centimeter squared, dried crust with some red material on it. We subjected that material to a chemical test for the presence of blood, and from there we characterized the blood to determine whether or not it was human.
And what did you find?
We did find that it was human blood, and then we subsequently used DNA testing methods to determine that the blood originated from a female.
Well, I guess that's all we need to know, Lisa, as surprising as that is. Thanks, and we'll talk to you a little bit later.
Thank you.
But that does leave me with a question for you, Mike. They found human female blood on this statue. What does that tell us?
It doesn't tell me anything. I really don't know, but I could hazard a guess. I stress it's just a guess. If you believe in the theory or the teaching of the Immaculate Conception, then Jesus had a mother but no father. If he is of the flesh of his mother, could Jesus be of the blood of his mother?
It's perhaps one of the most creative theories I've heard in a long time. Would not hold up, as you know, in a court of law, but we have to remind you that this statue put in a CAT scan did not reveal any tampering whatsoever, so we have to keep on testing. And I guess we have to keep searching for these signs of God and ask this question: is it possible for science to test faith? We take you to a home in Mexico where Michael found several events that seemed to defy reason. You're going to take us, what, to Mila's house now, Mike?
Yeah, really, this is where it all started. In one small house in Monterrey, Mexico, we heard reports of a religious image appearing through the concrete floor, a picture of the Virgin Mary which shed tears before a variety of witnesses, and rose petals somehow revealing religious images. This was indeed an opportunity to see, to touch, to test.
Here is a special woman. Her name is Mila. Mila and her family live in a humble, bare, two-bedroom house. In the altar of the front room, Mila prays, and the results of those prayers are completely beyond our understanding. It is in the house of Mila our investigations begin. How would you react if you were mopping the floor and an image started to appear and you can't remove it? In fact, as Mila continued to scrub, the image actually became stronger. It appears to be Our Lady of Guadalupe, the most famous religious icon of Latin America. The image dominates Mila's floor and today continues to grow. It was back in April 1996 that other inexplicable supernatural events were claimed in Mila's house. One day, as she prayed, Mila says a picture of Jesus Christ started to cry. Today, the marks, consistent with tears, remain. When my crew and I arrived at Mila's house, we witnessed an extraordinary happening. On a picture of the Virgin Mary, a drop like a tear appeared. The important point with this image, which is sandwiched between two pieces of glass, is that when you turn it around, there is no room in there for any device which could fabricate weeping. But there is another amazing phenomenon occurring in Mila's house. Mila's front room has become a full-time chapel for the believers of Monterey. When they pray here, they often bring roses. The petals collect on the altar. Some of the petals seem to reveal intricate mystical images. A reward, says Mila, for faith and prayer. But is that the truth?
In this one,
Mila says the images appear on the petals after she and other believers place them in their Bibles or prayer books. She says some take just a few hours to appear, others may develop over a number of weeks.
at first we had this petal inside a book, and it had nothing on it. And then we prayed the rosary, and this image appeared.
Isn't it beautiful?
And each one is clearly different in size,
Yeah.
and different in image.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult to see how this could be manufactured with such variety. There are various images which appear to be of Jesus and the Virgin Mary. Here is Our Lady of Guadalupe. This is a fresh image. This image, I'm told, is only 4 days old. They're different images, but so similar, and both only a few days old. Mila's faith in the heavenly authenticity of her images was impressive. When I asked her if we could submit these images to the tests of scientists and experts in art fraud, she readily agreed. Do you care what those tests will tell us?
Puede ser que a lo mejor sí.
Well, I believe yes. It would be a good idea. It would be proof that all that is happening here is true.
That's a lot of faith and a lot of confidence. Now let's go live to Mila's house in Monterey to see if any of the phenomena we just saw are occurring tonight. Standing by, our reporter, Sandra Cuba. Sandra, buenos noches. Welcome. Thanks for joining us this evening. You've been there a week. Have you seen firsthand any of this phenomena occurring?
Well, Giselle, I'll tell you, when we first arrived here on Monday to meet Mila, who's standing right by my side, we found this picture of the Virgin Mary weeping. On that day, there were local residents here in this house praying, and according to Mila, it wept 7 times. Today, since we've been here to set up for this broadcast, we found the Virgin Mary weeping. Second time we saw it, it started weeping. The last time it wept, it was about a little bit over an hour ago. But aside from this amazing phenomena that's taking place in this house, there's also the rose petals. Rose petals that Mila Carrasco claims. Images appear on these rose petals when they're placed in a Bible. I'm going to place this one here so you can take a better look at it. This is an image of our Virgin Mary. ¿Qué tan reciente es de este pétalo? How recent is this petal?
De marzo.
This is from March. This petal here is from March. She claims when you place these rose petals inside a Bible, images appear. Do they always appear? Cada vez que usted pone un pétalo en la Biblia, ¿aparece una imagen?
Bueno, no siempre. A veces cuando está uno rezando el rosario.
She says not necessarily, but mostly it does appear when everyone is here gathered praying the rosary. Today, however, we have brought our own Bible, and we're going to place rose petals inside this Bible. You only put them inside. It doesn't matter what page you put them on. No importa qué página usted ponga los pétalos de rosa.
Sí, no importa. No importa.
Voy a poner varios pétalos aquí. I'm going to place several rose petals in here. And we're going to keep an eye on these rose petals. Should anything happen, we'll be right here to show you. Giselle?
Sandra, thank you so much. We will be in Mexico live all night, and we will take you right back to Monterey if there is further activity at Mila's house. Now, tonight we are not going to just take these claims at face value, as we've told you. It is our intention to test these phenomena. And in the case of Mila's rose petal, though, how do you judge the authenticity of something so unique? After the break, we'll not only show you how, we'll give you the results. We're back in a moment from Los Angeles. When we continue, experts examine the rose petals of Monterey. And later, what happened when Michael Willesee and his team traveled to Cochabamba, Bolivia, to witness a woman who appears to be suffering Christ's crucifixion. But next, when we return to Signs from God, our scientists continue the test of faith.